Hello, my name is Beatrice and welcome to my channel. Today's video is about not everything is a priority. These podcast series were created to help transform your mind for a better business and a better life to obtain that level of success you so desire. Well, if you're anything like me, you're probably overly ambitious and want to succeed at everything you do. With a hint of perfectionist and anxiety, it overwhelms you. You want to take care of everything at the same time. You want to succeed the minute you start. But that's impossible. Despite of what society may tell you, success is not overnight. Success takes time. Success is reworking strategies that is most effective to you. Working and working until you see the other side of the tunnel. Now, the biggest issue, at least with me, that I want to solve every problem all at once. And as I become older and through my experiences wiser, I come to realize that that's not going to happen. Life is always going to throw you a curveball. Always. Expect it, because it will. There'll be slight moments of peace and basically no problems. I mean, not that many, not that concerning, but there will always be a ball in the air. Always. If we were problem free, life would be boring. Something is always going to happen. It could be big in your eyes and smaller in somebody else's eyes. But life happens. And this part is the hardest. Learning your priorities in midst of it all. You want to conquer all of them at once, when in reality, that's not possible. Unless you have a whole team of people helping you, and either way, there will be a problem arise. There'd be more things happening. Your humble beginnings is what teaches you how to thrive. It will also help you put things in perspective and help you organize your priorities where they should be at. So, what's important? How do you know what is the best priority for you at hand? I am an extremely ambitious person, just like I said previously. I have so many projects and so many goals in my head that I can overwhelm myself thinking that everything is a priority. But if everything's a priority, nothing is. I think that priority should be tackled based on your timeline. For example, if you're trying to start a business and you have no money at all, you're living in your parents' house, and you assume your business starting out would be from 0 to 6 figures, that's not realistic. Your main priority at that moment should be applying for Lyft or Uber or any task related jobs. So you could have some source of income coming in. But the important thing in that process is not losing your passion, which can be hard, which can be frustrating, especially in the beginning stages. So if you're trying to figure out what is a priority for you at this moment, it's the basic necessities first. And then when you have reached and conquered the survival and when you have conquered your first list of basic necessities, then you continue to build on it. Priorities basically are building your empire one day at a time, one brick at a time, not all at once. Figuring out if you have to build the foundation first to work your way up. You have to build that foundation. You have to build a consistency to achieve those goals you want. It sounds hard, 'cause sometimes it really is. Because life, like I mentioned before, will throw you curveballs. But you have to analyze what is that priority at that moment. First, starting out in my photography career, I would have like about 6 or 7 photo shoots a week. And the majority of them would last 4 to 5 hours, maybe more. And my editing would be about 10 hours on each session. Try to calculate that in. How would I sleep, go to school, socialize, do all these things at once? You can be passionate, but you need the balance, or you will burn out. Not having a priority in front of you will help you burn out. You would become discouraged, unmotivated, uninspired to even produce the amount of work, quality work, your business needs. You have to prioritize accordingly. There was something that Gary Vee mentioned. He was saying that a lot of the people that start a business or want to become entrepreneurs give up, not because it's hard, not because money isn't coming in technically, but because they become so overwhelmed with not succeeding overnight, not having that society standard of success. He said, "Aren't you planning to live the rest of your life?" That kind of shook me. And I realized I'm not living for only 2 years. I mean, I would set goals ahead of me, and I'm extremely ambitious, and some of them I have attained. But I attained that through creating priorities accordingly. And I struggle with it every day either way. But once I put it into perspective that I want to live beyond 2 years, it helped me see that building an empire, building a business, building a product, offering a service takes time. By realigning my priorities accordingly. So, to align your priorities accordingly, you have to measure the time frame. For example, if you wake up every day and write at least 20 minutes in the book you want to give to this world, within 3 years time frame, you would have a whole book to offer to an editor. Instead of assuming that you should have a whole book within 3 months, what's the rush? Don't you want to give out quality? Or is it because you're receiving instant fame? Because there's different ways in doing that. I think priorities will help you put things in perspective and make you provide substance and quality to your audience, to your customers, or to your family and friends. Priorities for me would be listing it to the most important to the least important. But who defines that? Who defines what's important to you? You know it. Sometimes it's hard to define it because it's like choosing a favorite. It's hard. You want to make that impact so aggressively and so instantaneously, but sometimes we can do that by working on ourselves first. Our first priority should be defining what's important in order to create that list of priority and realize we're going to live for more than 2 years. And for some, you may not have that opportunity. We may not even know when our end of time would be, so to speak. But those variables is what makes someone extremely overwhelmed in order to pick a favorite on priorities or list of importance. Just try to be consistent. Try to put your passion project first. What makes your heart beat? What makes you excited? And what makes you most passionate? Because you could deliver in the utmost quality and be the most productive in that skill while you're doing it, because that's what you want to do to succeed. Delivering your best in each task that you do, one step at a time. I hope this podcast helped you out today. Thank you for listening.